Holy shit. So what's happening, guys? This is Alessandro. Today we are in Sonoma Raceway where we're gonna dyno my car with something really interesting. I'm Italian, so forgive me if I don't take all the right verbs. I think it's not the best moment to take care about those things. But today we're gonna test a few things. We're gonna test my 96 octane tune on dyno. We're gonna have this base number with the OEM air filter for my 2018. So there's no drop-in filter, it's the OEM inbox, and that's it. Then we're gonna remove the OEM air filter and inbox, and we're gonna install the GLT for the 2018 Mustang that require a tune, and I do have a calibration for the tune to see once for all if there is a gain installing a GLT versus the stock 2018. After that, I also gonna have the lighter wheels, my racing wheels, and have final numbers for my certification for NASA. I'm gonna run NASA this year. Last year was American Muscle Cup. This year I'm gonna run NASA, and NASA is the biggest auto club association in US. So I need those certification anyway. But this is gonna be a very interesting test. I really hope to see some gain from GLT, but I will not be too much surprised if this doesn't happen. So stay tuned, and we go from here. OEM wheels on the back. Check the transcooler, the ducted radiator, oil cooler, all ducted. How are we doing?
Perfect.
For the radiator, one a little bit just to move some air inside the intake, like it will be like on the truck, right? So
Some nice speed.
yes.
Yep, 34 PSI.
Perfect.
Results are in 440 and 447. Couple of information. Remember that we have a new software and new hardware on the DynoJet, so there's something different in terms of reading. But that's the reason why we have a baseline today. We don't want to see the peak of the wheel horsepower. We want to see the delta between the baseline and the final numbers.
GLT intake inside, ready for first pull. We have the tune for the GLT provided by Politics Base Dyno. We need to calibrate a little better, and we do final numbers.
The first pull with the GLT shows a peak of 17 wheels horsepower more than the OEM or AIRBOX, with the same tune of 96 octane and a better curve of the graph. Now, the torque peak was slightly less, however, there was an average of 10 foot-pounds more torque all around. And even if you take the 447 wheels horsepower baseline, we can clearly see that the peak was achieved at the end, where we did have issues with the dyno new set, with a limitation of speed. However, we still take 10 wheel horsepower and we still have to final calibrate everything. So the second pull with the GLT shows a peak of 21 wheels horsepower more than the OEM AIRBOX, with the tune always at 96 octane. Definitely a better refined tune than the previous one. However, we started to see some noise. Maybe the new coilovers contributed to it. The coilovers are not dialing in yet, so there's not a perfect rebound, and I think this could create some issues.
Light wheels with the tires that I'm going to use for the first events. It's about 11 pounds lighter than OEM, including the bigger tires. So we're going to do the new pull, and it's with the lighter wheels. We're going to do 3 pulls like this because it's for my NASA information. 2 pulls will be normal, and 1 pull will be with the hood down. So we also verify that there's no difference in that thing. The old You saved it?
The second time, yeah, with hood closed. So the 465, holy shit, 465. And then,
All right, let's pause for a second. So 465 was the maximum output for this run. Although I think it's more related to the fact that there's a lot of noise over there, and you can clearly see in the graph that I put over that there's a lot of up and down, and you can clearly see the car. The only thing different than I have in my car compared to the test that I did 4 months ago are the coilovers, and those coilovers are not still dialing. I will test this next week. So I think it's more related for rebound problem. So maybe that's the reason why I see a lot of noise. What do you guys think? Just Okay, so results are in. Those are the 3 pulls, the last 3 pulls, and the sequence is very simple: hood down, hood up, hood down. And as you can see, there are 12 horsepower difference between hood up and hood down. Hey guys, first of all, I don't do fancy video like this often, actually never, so like other great guys do. So I'm more like a best lap guy. So I want to apologize if the video flow wasn't optimal. I'll try to do my best next time. Also, I want to tell you that I'm not sponsored by JLT, and in fact, next time I'm probably gonna try Steeda to see if there is a gain compared to JLT. So why this power reduction? Well, someone could say it's obvious, right? You have less air inside, less power. However, as you can see from this picture, my hood vents are sitting just above the air filter, okay? So there's definitely a huge airflow movement over there, especially in a static situation like a dyno jet. Now, Serpent Stang, what's up Steve, suggested me that maybe the fan in front of the car was pushing air inside, the AIRBOX, but without a cover, the air was not totally captured by the intake and the air filter, and the vents were actually acting like a siphon, pulling out the air. So probably this reduced the volume of air going into the engine, and then less power. I don't know exactly, but we'll figure out soon, maybe with another test. What's the final results? Final results are, we start at 440, and with the hoods up, we went north, then 460 with 462, 465, and then when we shut down the hood, it was still around 450, 451. So to answer the question, does the GLT intake had power compared to the OEM 2018 AIRBOX? Yes, it's a minimum of 10 and a maximum of 21 wheels horsepower. The torque remain more or less the same. There's more available torque all around the range, but there's not better peak. So hopefully this video will help you to make a choice if you want the GLT intake or not. I might not suggesting this if you have a big hood vents. Anyway, thanks again. If you like it, please like the video and subscribe. And thanks for watching, and I see you next. Okay, ciao.